So, further developments in the US attacking Venezuela thing, aside from them bombing more random fishing boats, and at this point I'm not even sure if they're Venezuelan fishing boats. It just seems to be they're bombing like random dinghies they happen to see in the Caribbean Sea, is that Donald Trump, or the defense secretary, who's covered in tattoos that, by the way, are less bad than Graham Plattner's Nazi tattoo, Pete Hegseth, ordered the moving of the world's biggest warship, the USS Gerald R. Ford, and its associated strike group to waters off Venezuela. So this is a massive aircraft carrier that he ordered to waters off Venezuela. And Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro said the US government is forging a war against him. Obviously they are. Or at least, I don't know, they might be like some sort of attempt to like put pressure on Venezuela or like scare the military into carrying out a coup against Maduro or something. But I don't know if Trump and his team are smart enough to do a move with that intention. So it might just be like they're actually moving it for the purpose of like launching airstrikes against Venezuela, which I don't think would actually make much sense because I'm pretty sure they could do that from the continental US, so I could be wrong about the range of some of their planes. Maybe it's not close enough. An interesting development, by the way, in the fishing boat bombing stories is that from one of the bombings there were apparently 2 survivors. This was reported a week ago now in CNN. The US released survivors of strike on suspected drug vessel to their home countries. Interesting, right? So they were in a suspected drug vessel, yet they were immediately released without any charge? Ooh, sounds like it might be a load of bullshit. So when I saw this story, I was like, I want them to track these people down and interview them. And apparently they already have done that. This is a story from a couple of days later. So Tufino Chila, who is one of the people who survived the strike. Oh wait, they haven't actually talked to him yet, right? No, they talked to his family. They haven't actually talked to him. So they're talking to his family. Like, Trump actually said that the strike against him was against a drug-carrying submarine. He was in a submarine? And you're telling me he lived and you rescued him? No, give me a break. So they talked to his family. He's from Ecuador. Ecuador's Attorney General's office. So Ecuador's government, for context, is right-wing. And if they thought there was any reason to suspect him of like drug trafficking, they would have dutifully arrested him on behalf of the US, but they just released him saying there's no evidence that he committed a crime. Not that it matters if he was really a drug smuggler anyway, by the way. Like, drug smuggling is it's not like a fucking capital crime it's not a military crime that you get to airstrike people for. They're not combatants. They're not like military fucking combatants. It's a policing matter. So it doesn't, like, the justification obviously doesn't even make sense in the face of it. But yeah, so the carrier strike group thing is obviously very worrying. You never know with Trump what the fuck they're even trying to do. Like, he's not smart enough to be playing like a chess game here. So it might just be what it looks like. He has already said that like he's thinking about bombing like land targets in Venezuela and stuff like that. So you never really know with this moron. He's old though. He's very old, and you would hope that nature takes its course soon enough. Another related thing that happened is that, so I've been saying this whole time, right? Like the US attacking Venezuela for supposed drug-related reasons make no sense because Venezuela isn't even a particularly important drug. It's not really an important country for drug trade. There's not really any significant amount of cocaine produced in Venezuela. There's certainly not any significant quantity of fucking fentanyl produced in Venezuela. It doesn't really make much sense, obviously. But a country that obviously is fairly significant to the drug trade is Colombia. And I was saying in the previous weeks that I covered these developments, like, it's weird that he's going for Venezuela rather than Colombia. Like, it's obvious that, like, it's a regime change operation, right? They want Maduro gone so they can, like, remove him as a barrier to, like, the US looting of the country, which is, it's funny at this point because Maduro has basically bent over for them and told them he'll give them whatever he wants to prevent them attacking Venezuela. All the oil they could ever dream of, but they don't seem to be playing ball. I think they want much more direct control than he's willing to give them. But the US sanctioned Gustavo Petro, the president of Colombia, for supposedly being a drug lord or some shit. So that they're at least going for someone in a country that has like an actual drug trade, a significant drug trade, though it's cocaine. And the whole thing that Trump was going for is fentanyl, right? Fentanyl is evil. It wasn't about cocaine. Cocaine's a rich people's drug for people like him. Like, the reason why the cocaine trade exists is because of demand among rich people in the US. The US has placed sanctions on Colombia's president Gustavo Petro, accusing him of failing to curb drug trafficking and allowing cartels to flourish. What kind of assets could this guy possibly have in the US, right? A lot of these sanctions are just really performative. It's like, what could the guy have? You think this guy is like fucking a ton of investments in the American stock market or something, or like bank accounts there? What has he got? But the point of it is like performative, right? Like, the US government says, this guy's a drug trafficker. And morons are like, oh, this guy's a drug trafficker. Donald Trump said so. It must be true. So yeah, worrying American imperialist developments right now in North and South America. It's hard to think of how Americans could be stupid enough, even like the dumbest Americans like Donald Trump, could be stupid enough to think that like invading Venezuela or whatever it is they seem to have planned here could possibly go well for them. That would be like the one thing you could do that would possibly get Maduro back to being even remotely popular. And, he's the anti-war president. He's the peacemaker president. He deserved a Nobel Prize nomination. And I don't know about that.